Okay, it's beer o'clock again on the Real Ale Guide, and the Durham Brewery have gone and done it again. They have created a brand new beer style. First, it was the reincarnation of the white stout. Now, for number 2, from these guys, the Durham Brewery, is a bottle of the Diabolus Sour Imperial. So it's a brand new beer style again. It is a bottle of their Temptation, which you might have seen the wife cooking with just the other day. It's a bottle of their Temptation, it's their Temptation brewed or soured with Guy's yeast. How about that then? So they're not using their usual yeast, it's a Guy's yeast from what I can imagine Belgium. Okay, without further ado, brand new beer style. Look at the label. How funky is that? It's in a 330 milliliter bottle, gold cap. It's bottle conditioned, so I'm going to be kind of careful with this one. It says on the bottle, not for the faint-hearted. And as I imagined, look, it's just coming up the top. Didn't waste any though. So if you tried the Durham Brewery Temptation, which, well, I hope you have. It's a bottle conditioned beer, so I'm going to leave some of the beer in the bottom. I'll show you what it looks like later, the yeast. So it's 10% ABV. Russian Imperial Stout, brewed with Guy's yeast. Sour. It's going to be a nice sour Imperial Stout. Cannot wait to get my nose into this one. It was a small one finger head. It's a black beer. There's no light getting in here whatsoever. There's bits of sediment just there on the bottom of the glass. I am going to get my nose into this one. Okay, looks amazing. Oh my. Oh my, oh my. You really do. You could be split. If you were if you knew both beers, if you knew a sour ale and a Russian Imperial Stout, you can choose. It's a kind of a beer where you can kind of shut off your mind and you can go, right, all I can smell is Russian Imperial Stout. And then if you were a Guy's lover, you could shut off your mind to the Russian Imperial Stout and go, for this side, all I can smell is like a sour Guy's. But combined, instead of separating them flavours in your mind, stick them together. And it just is so different. I have got to get into this beer. Got to get into this beer. Cheers, everyone. Oh my. Oh wow. Yes. Okay, the first split taste you get is as soon as the beer touches your tongue is the Imperial Stout. As soon as it hits your tongue, then very quickly it moves over to that, the Guy's, the sourness comes in. That lambic sourness comes tearing through in the middle. That hits a point, it peaks very quickly in the middle. It starts to drop back down, and as it does, as that flavour leaves your mind, the Russian Imperial Stout comes back in abundance. So imagine this, you're just about to think, you've put the beer on your tongue, you're thinking, Imperial Stout, but then it's gone again. It goes into this sour geese, lambic, monumental flavour. And it kind of comes back down to, as I've just said, the coffee, the chocolate, the caramel, the roastedness, the smoothness of the Temptation Imperial Stout. What a beer. What a beer. And I think a brewery, they're a brave brewery. This type of beer would cost a lot to produce. I know breweries around the UK that shy away from just brewing a Russian Imperial Stout just because of the malts that they've got to put in and all of the different ingredients to get it to that 10% or around 8 to 10%. They shy away from just brewing Imperial Stout. So imagine then, because it costs so much, a lot can go wrong. What if people don't buy it? It crosses breweries' minds. Imagine then this brewery, Durham Brewery, going, right, we've brewed this amazing Russian Imperial Stout. We're going to take a gamble here and play around a little bit. Now, I think it is so brave, and the initiative, it's breaking kind of, what's the word? Breaking barriers. It's breaking barriers in kind of styles. It's putting two different styles together. I've got to taste it again because it's just excitement. Pure excitement has come through. That time different again. I didn't get the Russian Imperial Stout to start. It was like an apple, like a sour apple cider. Then a mustiness. And then the Imperial Stout at the end. And now the roastiness on the back end. Brewers, if you're watching, more of this is needed. More of this is needed. This whole throwing caution to the wind. It's needed because it's fun. It's sexy. It's new. It's exciting. It's brilliant. It really is. Let's wash this beer around. Let's show you the quality of the beer in the glass. The nose, now mixing the beer around frantically in the glass, releases a monumental nose. It kind of releases more of the Imperial Stout, and it's a battleground. For me, it's a battleground between two big flavours from each end of probably the flavour wheel. Let's be fair. If you understand the flavour wheel of beers, it's probably at two ends of the spectrum colliding together, saying I'm the boss. No, I'm the boss. It's a big argument in a glass, but it combines for such an exciting flavour. That's phenomenal. Truly phenomenal. That is one of my beers of the year. Easily one of my beers of the year. So much going on. You wouldn't believe. Right. Okay, going to show you some of the sediment there. If there's any in the... I did pour quite a bit into the glass earlier on, but it's that last bit I've just thrown in. It's going to be difficult to see in an Imperial Stout. A black beer, it's going to be difficult to pick up the sediment. It's the second fermentation process. It's how brewers used to give or produce carbonation in a beer years ago before CO2 and forced carbonating. The Durham Brewery, let me read this out then. That bit's about it being a bottle conditioned beer, don't shake it round, keep it standing up, etc. But the Diabolus, the sour Imperial. Temptation sour with geese yeast, refreshing cider qualities of lambic combined with roast fullness of Imperial Stout iconic styles marrying the shower of innovation. It really is innovation. These guys at Durham Brewery have introduced 2 beer styles, the white stout and this sour imperial, and they kind of, as I mentioned earlier, breaking down barriers of brewing traditions, and it has to be done. But we're not for the faint-hearted. And yeah, let's find the best before January 2017. Now bearing in mind it's only 2012. I had another bottle of this, but it's smashed in the post. If I probably would have aged it to that January 2017 if the other bottle made it, but unfortunately it's smashed. I'm glad this one made it. Go to www.durhambrewery.co.uk durhambrewery.co.uk and check out this beer. The artwork's great, the flavours great, the brewery's great, the people at the brewery are great. Enough talking, time for a rating. It's a beast. It's an absolute beast of a beer. It's groundbreaking. I've not tried anything like it. Well done to the Durham Brewery. 10 out of 10 for me. 10 out of 10. A real corker of a beer. Thanks for watching me, The Real Ale Guy. Put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe if you like. And cheers.